Hello, and welcome to my first long-form video. A while ago, I made a short about the Battle of Leyte Gulf. There was so much I couldn't say in a single minute. Here we are. How does someone decide throwing all their best ships into a battle with the odds stacked against you is the best choice? Every empire creates its own myth. Japan's began over 1,000 years ago. The Kojiki, Record of Ancient Matters, is believed to be the oldest Japanese historical text, dating back to 1712 AD. It was memorized by Hideya no Are and written down by Yono Asumaru, commissioned by Emperor Temu, who wanted to link his dynasty directly to the gods. It was a nationalist history of Japan. While the Kojiki is a dubious historical record, it was revived and popularized by the scholar Mutori no Mononaga, forgive me for the pronunciation, in the 1700s, taken by many as literal gospel. To them, these weren't myths, they were proof that Japan was sacred, and the emperor was divine, and his bloodline was unbroken since the dawn of creation. If the emperor was heaven's voice, then Japan is heaven's soil. To die for such a land wasn't simple loyalty, it was legitimate holiness. While the Kojiki gave Japan its divine origin story, another force was rising to defend it. Men who would live and die by its teachings. The samurai started as provincial warriors, but they weren't just soldiers. They were guardians of that divine world the emperors claimed to descend from. Their loyalty soon became a top priority for their provincial lords, as civil war would rage across Japan for centuries. And though many samurai would fall in battle, like in other places around the world, falling in battle became the most noble and honorable thing a man could do. However, once Tokugawa Ieyasu won the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, Japan finally had peace. Peace is a strange thing for men built for war. The samurai who'd spent generations fighting suddenly found themselves unemployed philosophers with swords. So, thinkers like Yamagasaku tried to redefine what a warrior should be. He said that if the samurai couldn't die for their lords anymore, then they had to live for them, as examples, moral examples for everyone else. Imagine if Ned Flanders carried around a katana and could quote Confucius. That's the idea. Bushido became a way to stay sharp in peacetime, a reminder that even in calm times, the soul must be disciplined. After 2 centuries of peace, that blade would be turned inwards. Japan's warriors had mastered self-control, but not self-doubt. When Commodore Perry's black ships arrived in 1853, Japan faced a new kind of invasion: modernity. Soon thereafter, the samurai class was actually abolished, and Bushido took on a new role, not just for samurai, but for the entire population of Japan, and maybe even the world. Why is that? 2 reasons. The new Meiji government needed to industrialize and fast. Unlike most of the rest of the world, there was no one religion in Japan. Their proud tradition of faithfully following the emperor put them together. In less than 30 years, it was everywhere. In school, you memorized patriotic poems about loyalty and bravery. In the military, which, if you were a guy, you had to serve, all forms of media praised Bushido and created an intense culture of moral purity and peer pressure. As the samurai were honored to die for their lords, now you will be honored to make the ultimate sacrifice for the emperor. The emperor became both political and divine, a living descendant of Amaterasu, the sun goddess of the Kojiki. Obedience wasn't solely patriotic anymore, it was spiritual purity. Dying for the emperor wasn't defeat, it was transcendence. No one wakes up wanting to die for an empire. When every voice around you says it's noble, when your teachers, your neighbors, even your parents tell you it's the only way to be worthy, what choice do you have? That's the tragic logic of Bushido. If the emperor was heaven's voice, and Japan was heaven's soil, then Bushido became a light meant to keep them pure. But that light led them into the sun, and in 1945 the sun answered. And there you have it. I hope you understand how someone decides throwing all of their best ships into a battle with the odds stacked against them is the best choice. Those specific events we will talk about next time. I hope you enjoyed learning this as much as I did researching it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you soon.